Hi, you guys. I wanted to let you know what's been going on this week. It's been really hard for me to share this with you because I didn't know how I was going to do it without breaking down and crying. But this is something that happened on Sunday and today's Thursday, so I'm holding strong. So I'm here with two of my sisters. My sister Holly. I'm here with two of my three sisters. My sister Holly is at home. She'll be with us again tonight. But we are planning a funeral for our brother Nate, who passed away on Sunday.
So, on Sunday, on my way to church, I got a phone call from Michelle, and unfortunately, we lost our brother Nate on Sunday.
I think we kind of all suspected that, he was having a really hard time. He struggled a lot with depression. And he was just having a particularly rough time. And his way to cope with how hard his life was, unfortunately, was with alcohol. And so that's actually what happened is he accidentally drank, I think, more than he meant to. And he just died peacefully in his sleep, which is comforting to us to know that it wasn't on purpose and that hopefully it wasn't too painful for him. And the best part is that he is now with our dad and our brother, who he just desperately missed. Heather can tell you how they died if you want.
So, Nate was really, really close to Chris and my dad, and they passed away how many years ago?
14 and a half.
14 and a half years ago in a plane accident.
A plane crash in Alaska on a boys fishing trip. Nate was on his mission when the plane crash happened, and when he came home, his whole world was completely different. My mom had moved, he lost his best friend brother, who's 2 years younger than him, and his dad at the same time, and both of his sisters were married. I think his life was just so different, and it really affected him, as I think it would most people. And so he had struggled with that, just not having our dad and our brother Chris ever since. And he often cried to us about it and asked us, why and how it wasn't fair, kind of a thing. And he was having dreams about my dad and Chris, or our dad and Chris. And I asked, what happens in your dreams? And he said, we just talk. So I just know that he just needed to be with them. And it's so great that they're together now. And it's weird because there are 4 girls in our family and 2 boys, well, the kids, siblings. And only the girls are left now. So with my brothers gone and my dad gone, it's just my mom and us 4 sisters. And we're kind of saying how interesting that it's kind of a boy party in heaven and a girl party down here. And someday we'll all be together. And we just have to look at it like he's not gone. We'll see him again.
Well, I think it's like we've definitely all really bonded through this experience of loss. And definitely know that heaven is closer than we think, and that he's there with my dad and brother. Mm-hmm. And I think we feel a lot of peace and comfort
we do
in that, and knowing that he's happy and he's with them, which is really cool.
It is cool. We've had a lot of what we call tender mercies, where we feel like Heavenly Father has let us know in our own ways that he's okay, and through prayer and just talking with Heavenly Father in prayer, we felt so much peace, which you might think, how are they not just bawling right now? And of course we've cried a lot, and we've shed so many countless tears and shared our memories, and we've been together almost, it feels like nonstop ever since Sunday. And it's great that we have each other, and it's great that we have the gospel, because that's what's pulling us through, is we have hope. It's not the end. We'll see him again.
Yeah. It's been really fun, like, sharing, like, the glory days of Nate's life, and, like, just the best things, and how many people loved him and how generous and kind he was.
He was awesome, and he was so talented. He was full of energy, full of life, up for adventure.
He really, yeah, and there's just so many fun things we've been working on, like finding pictures and videos and skydiving videos and
Yes.
writing his obituary of everything that he did, and yeah, just so many things, and watching like Disney movies that he was an extra in.
You guys, he was in Disney movie. He was in High School Musical too.
High School Musical,
There-
3.
Oh, 3. There are like lots of clips, and he's like in the audience at the end. There's a part where there's like a crowd in the auditorium, and he's like clapping and cheering. Look for him. He's there.
He played the ukulele, the guitar. I remember one
Yeah.
time he learned how to play Phantom of the Opera. He just taught himself
Yeah.
on the piano.
Oh my gosh.
Like if he wanted to learn something, he would just teach himself and go for it and be like,
He
I'm
just
gonna
did it.
learn how to play the ukulele or do a
I'm
backflip.
gonna learn how to fly an airplane. He got his private pilot's license, and then he's like, I'm gonna learn how to fly helicopters. He was actually
He's
just
so
about to go pick up his
incredible.
gyro helicopter. I think like next week he had scheduled to go get it. He had this bright future, but he also had this past that was so hard to deal with. And he still has a bright future, and we're gonna just carry Nate with us in our hearts. And this week we're celebrating Nate by doing things that he loved.
Yeah, his favorite places to eat, his favorite places, doing the favorite, I don't know, what else?
Hiking, he loved hiking. He loved doing like silly things. We as a family, we all love to do all these fun, silly things. We always joked around about how funny it would be to sell lemonade at like midnight. Just something you would never ever see happening, but just adults selling lemonade at midnight, right? So I think we're gonna do that this week. And what else are we gonna do that Nate loved? This is Stephanie.
Did you already
She's the
say-
oldest sister, and I'm the second oldest. And Heather's somewhere way down the line. I'm just kidding. No, so it goes Stephanie, and then me, and then the 2 brothers, and then Heather and Holly. That's the order of our family.
So I have the most wrinkles, as you can tell.
Whatever!
Anyway, we were gonna do handstand contest. Did you guys talk about that?
No.
No! Tell them.
We're gonna play. Me and Nate would always have handstand contests. We haven't for a little while, so we're due. But
It's like
we'd
we
always
never
walk.
know.
We'd walk for a long, long time, and last time we did it, we started walking down the street in front of the cars. I think that was just the direction it was going, and we were both so competitive, so we were fighting for it and fighting for it. I did win, just for the record, and he's not here to debate that. But I think he wants to have another
I'm sure
one
he
right now,
accepts
and
that.
he'll probably win this time.
Should we have one right now? Do you want to have one right now?
I can be.
No, let's wait for Holly.
Oh,
We gotta wait for Holly. She's pretty good.
Yep. So.
And so what else are we gonna do for Nate? So we're gonna go eat some sushi. We ate Indian food last night
Yeah.
at
He likes
Holly's
dance
house.
parties. I love that if music was on and someone else was dancing, he would jump right in.
Yeah.
Like, that was so fun. Nate would just jump in.
Oh my
and
gosh.
if we were going on a trip or whatever, like, he was there. He was a part of it. That was so fun. Like, to
Yeah.
live life without hesitations
Yeah.
is really inspiring.
Yep.
And I just love how dynamic is, how versatile, I guess. Like, he was in a ballet. And he, like we said, he loved hiking like every day and flying and doing backflips. And like, we could go boating and he would be the one doing a backflip off
The surfboard, and I was
surfboard.
like, why didn't I think of that? Out of all the time I spent surfing, he did a backflip off,
That was
and
so
it was so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this pool right here, it's probably gonna be kind of hard swimming here and having a family party and not having Nate do a backflip off that log because that's Nate.
It is crazy because being here, it feels like at any minute Nate's just gonna come around the corner and be like, "Oh, hey."
Totally.
Yeah,
His
oh
Nate
hey.
voice.
Oh hey.
Hey!
Because it feels like
Totally.
he's still here, and I think he is, and he's happy.
We just celebrated his 35th birthday in August, so 2 months ago, September, October, 3 months ago, I don't know. And he was sitting here in the backyard playing one of his favorite songs on his ukulele and singing it. And he's just so talented and so great, and everybody loves Nate.
Michelle, I think you should sing the first verse of that right now.
I don't even know. You should sing it. Let's
Yeah,
all
Sing
sing it.
together.
I don't know it. We'll get back to you on that
Holly's gonna sing it, so you'll see that. Hopefully.
one. You guys, I went on a hike with Nate. Well, I like to think I did. But he also loved to hike, and he'd always talk about these grand hikes that he did. This was probably like a year, maybe 2 years ago that he was doing this, like hiking all the time. And so that was one of the first things I did, actually.
Go on a hike.
And I talked to him all the way when I was driving to the trailhead and just saying, Nate, I want you to come on this hike with me. It was a little more emotional than that. And I just said, even if it's for a little bit, and I'll try to keep up. And so I just like to picture him hiking with me, you know. But anyway,
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of things that remind us of Nate. Nate the Great.
So this
Nate
is a
the
video
Great.
tribute to Nate the Great, who stayed up late
And went on a
And
date
went on
with
a
Kate.
date
with
with Kate.
and ate on an empty plate or something.
And
Went through the gate. That's his fate.
heaven is his fate.
Heaven.
Oh, we just made that up.
Bye, Nate.
Nate, we love you.
We love you, Nate.
And this is a celebration of your life, and I'm so excited to do all these things and think of you, and you'll always be with us. So,
Yep.